Hello and welcome to Awake Ones. I'm Sally Poinsett-Nash.
I'm Lorraine Flaherty.
I'm Alexandra Wenman.
And today we'd like to introduce you to the newest Awake One. This is Michele Toon and she will be our roving reporter out here in the US and interviewing people on the road. Michele, do you want to tell people a bit about you? And
Sure. Thanks for having me. Michele Toon. I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Nurse by trade, and very fortunate to have met up with these three amazing women.
And while we've been out here on the road in California, Michele has actually been our camera woman. So it's wonderful to invite her now in front of the camera to be part of Awake Ones. And it just feels like a wonderful completion of our team. So awesome. We can't wait to see who you grab hold of over here stateside.
Thank you. Yeah, it'll be very interesting.
I have a tripod is now.
Human tripod is live.
Exactly.
And it's been a bit of an initiation on many different levels on this trip because we were thrown together. So you guys met
Because we're tall.
or
if you're in America, because we're tall.
Yes.
and so the road trip came together quite spontaneously, but it has just been the most incredible adventure, and it just feels like the four of us are connected in so many ways. And with the past life stuff and the just so many links in so many ways, so we know that it's a connection that goes beyond this life, and it is definitely the one that needs to continue. So we know that there are many more adventures to come, both together and separately. Exactly. So the people that we can't get to, you can.
Yeah, we've just shared the most amazing, incredible, bizarre road trip together. We went out into the Californian desert, and we've laughed, we've cried, we've chanted with some, we've
channeled.
We've been conscious, we've been unconscious.
We wish we were unconscious.
Let's go on a road trip, they said.
It'll be fun, they said.
Yes, welcome to Awake Weirdness.
So, Michele, in Santa Fe in particular, and in New Mexico, that there's quite an eclectic crowd there, right?
There is. In Santa Fe specifically, it's a community of many artists of many different mediums. So I think it will be very interesting, the people that the universe presents, to talk to us in Santa Fe and New Mexico and even beyond those borders. So and also, if anybody in the U.S. has any topics that they'd like to have discussed, please let us know, because that'll be really interesting.
Yeah, so we're going global.
Yeah.
That's the wonderful thing with Awake Ones. We really are serious about getting these messages out to as many people as possible to learn about consciousness and about awakening. And I think that's what all of us in different ways have experienced, different elements and different aspects of us evolving, growing with each step of this journey. And I think what's been so incredible is that there have been some really, really intense times. And for the fact that we only met you, it was only almost a few days ago, really.
What's it, 5 days now?
Baptism of fire.
It was a baptism of fire. But to have flowed so seamlessly through everything that we've done without a glitch, without...
No, I wouldn't say it was without a glitch.
No, there were
a few
glitches,
facial expressions.
But between us, we've been in some really intense conditions, and I think that's testament to the fact that, our ethos, which is about supporting and encouraging and sharing and allowing every person in the space to be held and loved unconditionally, whatever has happened, and we've each had our... And
being held,
non-physically.
This wasn't like being hugged, and there have been more hugs than it has been.
2018 hug quote.
It's already up. And Sterling, last night she even chased for a hug from somebody.
She
so
did.
It's rubbing off,
We witnessed it.
Awkward.
But it has been incredible, the fact that we have we've just pulled it together, and now that the actual road trip part of it's coming to an end now, I know that I, for one, I'm there were just so many memories that would just keep me going, that have fed my soul for such a long time, and I suspect that there are going to be a lot of video calls, and we won't
Share all of
share
this
all
with
of
you.
this, but we will at the end of the video share some of the pictures of some of the crazy things that we've experienced.
It's been absolutely amazing on so many levels, and yeah, so excited to welcome you to the team, my darling.
Thank you. I've been really impressed, amazed at how it seems all of our talents and all of our skills are complementary of each other. You know, where one leaves off, the other picks up, and it's been really incredible. So I'm looking forward to continuing the communication with these three, because I will definitely be the lone wolf over here for a little while, but
Maybe not for too long.
No.
We may have to continue the road
We
trip.
might jump on a plane and
Exactly,
come back pretty soon.
Perfect.
Santa Fe may be calling.
Yes,
Yeah, right.
exactly. I think Santa Fe is calling.
Road trip number 2.
Yeah.
New Mexico.
It'll be fun, they said.
They won't let me book accommodation again. Yeah, well, we've got another video to share about some of our adventures, obviously on the road as well. So we'll link to that so that you guys can see some of what we got up to.
Yeah.
Our very own scary movie.
It's like Awake One, most haunted Awake Ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Low budget.
Low budget thriller.
Bad outfits, low budget.
Shaky camera.
Definitely shaky camera.
And multitude of orbs.
Yes, yeah. But there's been a lot of healing on this journey.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of healing in a lot of the different places that we've been called to, and we really were called. We had a rough plan, a rough itinerary, and it just went right out the window because each of us got signs and signals that led us to different places, and we were literally just following our guidance. And so we will talk more about some of the really profound healings, and for us individually and for collectively, and for the places that we've been to. So there's been a lot of amazing transformations that have happened.
Including my wrist.
Ah!
Yes.
That is amazing.
Right, we're
Well,
done. I think I have a
yes.
plane to catch. I have to go back to London today, and we will catch you soon.
Thank you for watching Awake Ones.
Welcome to Awake Ones. My name's Lorraine Flaherty,
I'm Michele Toon.
And I'm Alexandra Wenman.
and we are very happy today to be joined by Petro, who is a graffiti artist from New Mexico, and he has been sharing with us some of his extraordinary art. So, Petro, talk to us about you and what your inspirations are and the kind of work you're doing.
I do a lot of 3D work, raised kind of off canvas, but not in a physical sense, more in a visual sense. And I guess I would say everything on a daily basis inspires me. So
Okay.
And tell us about the 3D, because it happened by
amazing.
accident, didn't it?
yeah, my son accidentally kind of discovered it. So
How did it?
I've been playing into it since then.
How did he discover? Did he have 3D glasses on, or?
He did when he looked at some of my stuff early on and was like, "Wow, check it out, Dad." And
Wow, I think that's.
so I gotta give him credit.
How nice when kids run around the house with 3D
With
glasses
3D
on.
glasses on, I
Looking
know.
at everything, right?
It's inspired genius.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. That's
So
great.
since that day, have you been kind of studying 3D art more and like changing techniques or tweaking
A
what you
little
do?
bit, but mostly I kind of just stick to what I know and the style that I've kind of developed as my own over the years. So
Yeah. And how did you get started? What was it that drew you to art?
probably after kindergarten, I could for some reason I didn't do much in kindergarten, and then in first grade I really just took off, and they couldn't stop me from drawing afterwards. So
Right.
that was it pretty much. You know, like I didn't really have any breaks after that point, and yeah, it just kind of fed into skateboarding, and skateboarding fed into graffiti, and it just all kind of, you know, all those stars aligned.
Right.
And that's how it worked out, and especially at that time period, like late 80s, early 90s was really a time period where you could get away with a lot.
Yeah.
So.
And were you always in New Mexico, or where did
No,
you...
I did a lot of back and forth,
Okay.
traveling with a lot of other graffiti artists back and forth to like here, San Diego, Phoenix, Denver, and we just all mingled with all the graffiti artists and all got to know with each other. So we've always had excuses to come back out here. And
Yeah.
Are you not concerned about the legality of graffiti?
yeah, it enters your mind, but nobody in this country has gotten anything they've gotten without breaking laws.
That's a
So
good point.
you have to, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you have to overlook the standpoint of, if I get caught for this, I could potentially screw my life up. So you pick your battles just like anything else. You pick your spots, you pick your times. It's a strategy game in as much as anything else in life.
Because with you, it's all about freedom of expression, isn't it? It's freedom of speech.
Yeah.
It's your outlook is quite inspiring. I mean, we've titled this video "The Art of Chaos."
Yeah.
So when somebody views your art or sees your art, what is it that you hope that they will get out of it?
I hope they take away whatever they take away from it. I just hope they feel something.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing, honestly, because, I mean, what else is there right now? There really isn't anything. Either you buy into the bullshit or you buy into yourself. That's it.
And it's not just graffiti, so you do paint on canvas as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I show it in galleries and museums and all that stuff too, but I feel that graffiti is still a necessary part of that because not that many people frequent galleries and museums. It's a small percentage of the population, something like 20-30% actually do that. Everybody else is too busy, too caught up, and where else are you going to reach them but on the street?
Right.
It makes it a lot more accessible, doesn't
Yeah.
it? So what's the most unusual public space you have?
I don't know. I've
Yeah.
painted a lot of interesting places, abandoned colleges, missile silos, lots of train yards all over the place. Just you get to see a really interesting side of life all the way around if you explore enough and go places that aren't on the beaten path.
When was the last time you painted something?
Graffiti
Graffiti-wise, when was the last time?
a couple nights ago.
That's excellent.
And how does it start? So is because I paint mandalas, so
Yeah.
I know that the call, if you like, or the inspiration to do it comes in different ways. So sometimes I meditate and I see an image,
Yeah.
and then I have to paint it. Sometimes I just feel an urge to paint, and I sit down and I've got no idea what's going to come, and it just evolves. So
Yeah.
is there a
The
theme
basis
for
for everything in graffiti is the tag, the signature.
you? Okay.
And then everything else radiates out from that.
Okay.
It's like that gets bigger, more complex, more whatever you basically have time and stamina for.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
what is your tag? What is your signature? Can you share that so that people know how to recognize your work when they see it?
I don't have it handy on me.
If you have a picture of it, we can show it
got a piece
on
of
the
paper,
video.
I'll do one.
We'll show if we
Yeah,
show it.
Yeah, I
describe it,
can,
we
I
can put
can
it in,
send
you can
you
drop it in.
photos and
Yeah, so people will know how to find
So.
your stuff. And is there, within that kind of graffiti community, is there a message or a theme or something that you guys collectively are trying to put across?
I couldn't really say that there's one specific objective because some people are in it just to fuck shit up. Some people are in it for the artistic premise. Some people just do it as marking gang territory or bathroom graffiti. Like, graffiti's a worldwide thing. It's everywhere. And everything advertising wise stems from that. So I think anybody who's studied it really probably has a real aversion to advertising nowadays, because you feel like a lot of the techniques that graffiti pioneered are being used now, like using buses and trains and stuff like that to communicate messages, and it's annoying. It's annoying to have to compete with that, when graffiti is responsible for language, it's responsible for writing, it gets basically shit on by society, but that's where language and imagery came
It
from.
goes back to the original petroglyphs and cave paintings
well,
with
yeah.
the indigenous, doesn't it?
Yeah, the original art was tattooing and graffiti.
Yeah.
And there was no paper, there was nothing else to write on but human flesh and walls.
Yeah.
So,
And so you work as a tattoo artist as well, don't you?
Yeah.
So the medium has been taken to
Yeah,
that other level and bodies
I've gotten
as well.
a little wary of tattooing lately. I still like to do it on certain people, but as far as the direction that culture's going, I really can't get with it.
Right.
It's just gotten generic. It's gotten
Very mainstream now.
Yeah, there's a handful of artists who I still look at and really like and respect their work, but as far as working within shop culture and stuff like that, I really don't like it anymore, because it's too many competitive egos, too much bullshit, and it feels like, I don't want to call all those shows like Ink Master and all that like art, but I feel like art is imitating life and carrying over, and all that drama and bullshit feeds off into like shops where it doesn't even fucking matter, Like,
So what would you say to someone who feels the need to be creative, but maybe they don't consider themselves creative, or they just haven't found the right thing? What would you say to someone like that was really struggling to express themselves?
For one, pursue what you do every day. Just don't listen to everyone's critique. Listen to the critiques that you feel that matter, like the ones of people that you look up to. But other than that, anything beneath that, you just gotta block it out and put it in the same category as junk mail, advertising, and whatever else. Spam.
Okay.
So,
And for people who want to see your work, Petro, where can they find you? Do you have a website?
on Instagram and Facebook.
And what's your Instagram?
Burning Souls of the Dead. All
Burning
one
Souls of
short
the
letters.
I just love it. It's such a. It's like the underworld,
Well,
isn't it?
it goes back, like the Sinclair logo is a dinosaur, so petroleum, that's how our society functions.
Yeah,
So.
it's true, and like it feeds so well into like all this shadow that's rising on our planet right now, and acknowledging it. And like you showed us a beautiful work the other day with the energy of it. It looks like Maleficent that you've put on there, and it's just phenomenal. So many layers and symbolism and so much energy in it. So when you were painting that work, and when you paint, do you have an idea of the message or the theme that's going to come through, or do you just channel it straight onto the canvas?
Just gone straight onto the canvas.
Straight pure channel.
Just kind of happens. She can attest.
Yeah.
It just happens, and I don't like, and I feel bad because I look at a lot of other artists that are, like Robert Williams has been my favorite artist since I was a kid, but I'll look at his work and he sketches it out beforehand. I'm like, I really should do that shit. It just like, sometimes it's just easier just to cut to the chase and just fucking paint.
Yeah. And obviously now there's some quite famous graffiti artists around the world, so I don't want to talk, you probably don't want to talk about Banksy, but I feel like it's because that's someone that has become quite mainstream, everybody knows about. What's your take on Banksy and his message, or his kind of expression?
He's got his place in the culture. It just, I just wish people would look at other artists besides him and just Shepard Fairey, because their stuff's good, but they're looking at other people too, and to get their inspiration. And I think we all need to do that, is not just look at two top dogs.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a ton of other people that are way talented and just deserve like the limelight just as much.
So who would you recommend people check out? Who are the people that inspire you?
Oh, I've met so many interesting people. Mir's still one of my favorites from around here. I've met him again out here. I hadn't seen him since, God, like the 90s. And we met him at Greg Escalani's memorial. And that was cool. Yeah, I'd say after Robert Williams, he's probably got some of the best concepts out there and most amazing art to look at. I mean, other people, Anthony Osking, obviously we're going to see him in the list later today. Jeff Gillette. My favorites from around here have always kind of been like Revoke, Saber, everybody in AWR and MSK, everybody in CBS. Like there's a lot of crews around here that I've really looked at their stuff. DCV, we're in their neighborhood right now, like Fear, Dove, just yeah, even down to San Diego, we know a lot of those guys down there too. It's a long list of people, but yeah, I've always looked at California as kind of, I mean, I grew up here, so I've made these pilgrimages back here just to, because we didn't have the internet and we would have to go and see what other people were doing, and go meet people physically, and it's actually worked out because now that the internet has come back around, we've reconnected with a lot of people, and it's cool. Like it's cool to see that a lot of people besides myself are still out there doing it.
Yeah.
So.
And it sounds like it is a network. It is a community, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's, even if we don't know each other personally, we know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, and you know, eventually you can get a hold of somebody or reconnect. So yeah, it's a small world out there all the way around. So.
Fantastic. And in terms of your work in galleries, are there any particular galleries people can find you in if they're in the local hood or?
Right now, mostly I'm just showing in Taos and Santa Fe. Taos at Gregman Gallery and in Santa Fe at Keep Contemporary, but that list is always subject to change depending on shows and whatever's going on. So.
And we'll make sure and put the links in the comments below, so you can find them.
Yeah, no, nothing at a gallery or museum stays there forever. So that's the whole idea, and I think the whole panspermia of things is kind of the point of going to other places and spreading out and feeding off of other people's work and inspiring other people at the same time. That's the whole point.
And knowing that human beings are all different and unique, and we can't all conform. It doesn't work that way. So through freedom of expression, through creativity, through following your heart and doing what lights you up, it's like we are chaos. We
LA
are
is
humans.
trying to paint the town gray for the past 30 years, and that hasn't worked out very well. So. People are going to express themselves whether you want them to or not. You can't control that.
Exactly, and
it's a beautiful thing. It really is for the most part. It has more pluses than downs.
Yeah. Petro, you're an inspiration.
Thanks.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
Thank you
for
guys.
speaking with us today. So what is your website so that people can find you?
On Petrock Art on FaceMail or Facebook. Yeah, FaceMail, Jesus.
FaceMail. Chaos.
Chaos.
Yeah, I'm rarely on Facebook nowadays though, so Instagram's probably a better place to get a hold of me.
Okay, so Burning Souls of the Dead on Instagram.
If I don't get back to you right away, it's because I'm working.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for speaking to us today.
And thank you so much for watching.
Yep, thanks.
Thanks for watching.